So we are here. We are finally here, one day close, if not hours, mere hours away, to purchase one of the biggest games in the decade of all time, probably. This game has been brewing for so long that it's finally a reality. It's finally here. We're gonna have a moment where to say, for the people that did not make it to this time, I hope they're resting well. And for people that are here today to actually purchase Grand Theft Auto 6 and take, you know, take advantage of this, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a good time because we don't live a long time. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty astonishing. I've played Grand Theft Auto since Grand Theft Auto 3 back in the PS2 era. Vice City, which is my favorite Grand Theft Auto of all time. San Andreas was freaking awesome too. I will not denounce San Andreas. Then you got like Vice City Stories, Liberty City Stories, spin-offs on the PSP, which I'll be honest with you, were pretty crazy. Like what the hell? What they did it though. They did it though. There's the GTA Online events, on the Game Boy events, which is it's actually not too bad. It's a pretty interesting take on it, but it's kind of like the older design of GTA 1 and 2. And then you got obviously the London editions of those games. But my God, man, Grand Theft Auto's been around for so long. I remember back when I was a young kid playing this, and back then, it's because my uncle let me play at the time when he had it for the PS2. But it was crazy because it was crazier times. Like right now, everything's kind of like everyone's playing mature games regardless of the age or whatever the case may be. But when it comes down to it, it's like back then, in those times, man, video games like this were really, really looked down upon. And my God, they were all over the news. People were going crazy, saying like, oh, there's studies that video games are gonna be bad for the children and all that kind of stuff. And it's nuts. It's nuts of the crazy backlash of what Grand Theft Auto was back then, and it was still successful to today. So now coming down to this game releasing really soon, it is it's the endurance for this series and for the company of Rockstar to really live on and push on to this legacy. Honestly, everyone's opinion right now is going crazy because of the price. The fact that this there's no physical. Technically, there's a physical, but the physical is just the case. Downloadable code and all that nonsense. It is astonishing how far many people are making this a big deal about. I remember when video games were $50 on the PS2 era. $50. It slowly went up to $60. It had a moment for $70, and then it just went up to $80. For all the content that you're getting with this game that this company produces, you're gonna be busy. It is worth than most, if not all, AAA games out today that are either trying to price their game at around $80 or $70. But that is an argument that stands on its own for this company and for this game itself that's been developed for so long, that actually put the money to develop this game and improve graphics, bigger world, a lot of new characters. They have their own freaking studio now. Rockstar has their own little music studio, and they probably have a lot of custom music in this thing where they don't have to license. Or maybe they partnered with certain artists, or maybe they had a handcraft a playlist from like current times music, maybe from the past, because obviously it's Vice City. They're gonna have there's gonna be some kind of classic rock, classic pop station where it's gonna be playing the hits. I expect the radio stations are gonna be nuts, and even at that, smartphones and smart devices within vehicles are integrated in this game. So you're gonna have a little bit of everything. It is its own interpretation of current times, because that's what Rockstar does. They do this every time, and they've been pretty much on point for the most part. It's a parody of life. It's a parody, it's a real big parody of reality, and a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of callbacks to movies and stuff. And Sam Houser, Dan Houser, those two really stuck to this game series and this company for so long that Sam Houser already retired out, I think, a year ago or so. I really am honestly I'm grateful to be around to witness this. Now, as a gamer, as a video gamer that's just been playing games, just enjoying the content that has been produced. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the state of AAA gaming is so bad right now. So bad. There's a lot of game companies, they're relics to what they used to be. I have witnessed it. I went through the waves when Halo was talked about, when Gears of War was so exciting to be in, when Fortnite first came out, Call of Duty was doing annual releases or something like that. They were doing so many little things in the beginning. I remember the pre-order for that game at GameStop, and I remember the exact GameStop I went to, because it gave you actually a documentary of like the behind the scenes of that game and the history. There's so many AAA titles out there. They're known, they're remembered, but their franchise are dead. They're just straight dead. And Grand Theft Auto has stood the test of time, from a bygone era and to now, and it's gonna be sick. For anybody that's I'm not here to argue anybody. If it's too high, so be it. Is it crazy that they're doing some custom shops, custom stuff like that behind a paywall of $100? It is what it is. Because you know what? For the value of what this game is going to be producing, for the content creators that are going to be making content out of this damn game, for the GTA Online that is soon to be announced eventually, down the line when it's ready, and whenever that's ready, everyone's going to be ready for it. The GTA Online community is so huge, it took a life on its own. And you know what, GTA, I know that Rockstar is really handsy with mods and cheats and all that, and oh man, as long as it ain't affecting their money, it looks like they just let you play ball. You know what I mean? And it's just a whole lot. So coming down to the celebration of this game being released and to finally come to fruition and to be here amongst everyone else, for good or bad, this game is gonna rock the shit. It's gonna rock the fucking boat. It's gonna change the industry, because no other game development company has put this much effort. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like $1 billion, if not two. They that Stronick guy, the publisher, he said he let Rockstar cook. He let Rockstar just cook. He didn't do the Evil Corporation thing to hold them back, hold back, a bunch of content, and to really do microtransactions. Because honestly, those shops could have been microtransactions easily. They could have been $10 a piece. They could have been more scummy ways to make microtransactions feasible in a game series like this. But that, you know, the CEO just let Rockstar cook and did the art and did everything it had to do to make this game a fruition, make this thing plausible into this current game system. And if we think this is good now, just imagine when we get the PC version. The graphics, you know, the newest techniques and all that stuff. You know, the devs with the time and effort they put into this. And I bet you anything, even though the little drama that happened in London with the whole thing that a bunch of them got laid off in regards of leaks and X, Y, and Z. I bet you anything, a good amount of the employees that partaked in this project were proud to be part of this project. Like, I bet you anything, they are, you know, could at least say that they're really happy to have that on their resume. Maybe they're seniors that have been part of the damn crew since the olden days. You know what I mean? GTA is a strong franchise, and it's not just the CEO, it's not just the executives at Rockstar, it is the devs that put the work behind it to make it stand out. The visions of what this game could be, with the little details they do, with all the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this stuff, because $1 billion is a lot of money. A lot of money. We're talking about some crazy corporation money, you know, for investment firm money. Video games haven't got this high until now, and it is bonkers for investment to be put into one game that's a single player game at first. Respect that. It's a single player experience. And then we're gonna get GTA Online, where everyone's gonna go bananas. They're gonna go freaking nuts of what they got in store. Besides, you know, obviously the maps and all that kind of stuff. And then we don't know what other projects right now, because it's already about a release, right? This is where right now, pre-production, if not the conceptual part of game development, we don't know what the hell they're gonna cook. We don't know. We won't know for years. But I bet you in the back rooms, I bet you in the very back end, when all the, you know, the devs are already winding down and all that, but then they're gonna have a meeting, they're gonna see numbers, people are gonna be celebrating, it's gonna be a big celebration to the series, but to video games itself. And I think they're gonna do something different, probably, maybe. Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, if they get to do the dream project they want to do, I'm glad they do it, because you know what, this franchise has got to the point where it's the pinnacle. It's bigger than anything. It's bigger than life. It's bigger than itself. To really be enjoyed and to be celebrated by everybody. You know, that there's no barrier. Obviously, besides money, right? Besides the money to pay for the damn copy, right? But other than that, you get to enjoy the world that they created. You know, it's ending in Vice City, or you know, whatever is going to be built. Because the next Grand Theft Auto is going to be a far, far away dreamland. We don't even know when that's going to ever happen. So yeah, it's a good, awesome point to make this video, to at least, you know, even though there's drama right now, even though a lot of people are really upset about the price, you know, upset about the Ultimate Edition, upset about the physical, and it's just a box with a code in it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, besides all that, I'm excited. I'm beyond excited for this game that's been just been cooking. The souffle is ready to be enjoyed. This is it. Now, the whole argument about the whole physical thing, To be honest with you, physicals have been dying out every generation, and this generation is no different. Right now, this is probably a strong suit that this probably might be the last generation with this. It might. And even if this, especially the fact that the Switch 2 just came out a year ago, and so just enjoy the ride. There's still gonna be companies making games on physical for the livelihood of the PS5 and all that, Xbox Series X, and the Switch 2. But I don't know. A lot of people should have been seeing this coming, though. And if you haven't, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's a reality. Eventually, they're just trying to cut down cost. A box costs money, the plastic to that, the art, the cartridge, or the disc. And the thing is, in Switch 2, or just the Switch in general, those chips, they cost more than the disc itself, the Blu-ray. And another thing too, Sony controls the Blu-ray price. Maybe they're getting more of a cut in regards of that media. Who knows? So, and another thing too, people that realize they have PC and console, I'm gonna be honest with you, you already been buying digital all over Steam. Now there's other methods like GOG where they give you the option to get the executable and all that. There's obviously other scummy ways to get your copy of video games on your PC, but this is what the world is coming to now with the digital age. So that's something that should have been recognized a long time ago, and that for a person that collects physicals, especially with the Switch 2, the PS3s, PS4, buy what you can now. That's all I can say. I made a video about this, about game preservation, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's coming down to the wire, and it's up to you. You're gonna stay digital, or you're gonna buy physical, or you're gonna say both, or whatever the case may be. But that time is coming soon. You know, physical video games has been going on back since what, the 70s, the 80s. We're in the year 2026. It's been a while, a good while. Especially now that the fact that internet is so good right now, and for the most part in the United States, for the most part. Don't get me wrong. I know there's some shoddy parts in the states where they're kind of bogged down a bit, but still, even in other countries, it might not be feasible. Maybe that's the reason why they keep the physicals right now. But as time goes on, usually, don't quote me on it, but usually infrastructure gets improved over time. But that's a whole totally different topic. I'll be honest with you, I don't know too much about international infrastructure in regards of internet usage and all that kind of stuff, so it's just to kind of make a note on it. But it is truly a time right now to really look into details about this Ultimate Edition and what it provides and all that. Because when I'm looking at it really correctly, like, it's really just giving off a lot of extra content, some cosmetics. There is some missions in regards of collecting vehicles and restoring the project cars. There's like a raid area where you can go in to raid a gang's compound. And then it's a whole bunch of just clothing and cosmetics, hairstyles, tattoos, and such. And these are additionals to the game itself. So we'll see on release and see what's the difference. But until then, it's up to you. If you have a PS5, Xbox Series X, or S, you can go ahead and just jump on into doing the regular copy. That's what, $79.99. But at the end of the day, it's finally here, and it's getting super close. I hope this game turns out like we wanted it to turn out to. I hope this game obviously is going to do phenomenal. You know, the numbers, money wise, everything. But for the most part, besides all the drama, I hope a lot of gamers just have a good time. Because I think at the end of the day, video games are entertainment. They are luxury. Because you know what? We're complaining now, but I bet you in some other country, if the person had the money, they would buy this and to enjoy it. And to definitely play this GTA life. You know, for the unfortunate people that don't have the money to do so. So that's just my take on it. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it with a grain of salt. Because at the end of the day, I just love video games. I love talking about video games, and I've been playing this series since, like I said, since Grand Theft Auto 3. And I even played that definitive edition that everyone shitted on, and I still had a good time. I think it was the best when they finally had that final update, and then I added a mod on PC where you could get all the music back, the soundtrack. And honestly, Rockstar didn't take that shit down. They just let that slide. It just whatever, you know what I mean? They kind of kept it moving with their next project. But I hope down the line that Grand Theft Auto 4 gets remastered, because that was a rumor a while back. And remembering the Liberty City Preservation Project, where that got shut down by choice, and obviously they were approached by Rockstar in regards to that kind of hush-hush business. We don't know what happened. So we'll just see. Maybe there'll be a lot of additions to GTA Online, maybe additional maps, or some kind of expansion to that game mode. Because GTA Online, obviously, yes, playing in the city is one thing, playing in Vice City, you know what I mean? But then you're able to transfer like different maps, make custom maps, or some kind of thing like that. It'll be pretty cool. But that is all speculation, and we'll just have to see from there. But yeah, I just wanted to rant, talk about this whole thing about GTA 6. It is literally almost here. I hope everybody gets to play it, get the chance to play it, because it's going to be the biggest thing in a long time in AAA games. Because I'm going to be honest with you, there's just some AAA game companies, they're not the same. They just ain't. They don't got the sauce. Or they used to have the sauce, and they lost it. And that's just the facts. But look, if you liked the video, hit the like. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you have your thoughts about the situation, about the drama, or just about the game coming out, put it in the comments. We'll take this discussion down there. But regardless, I'm buying it. I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to enjoy myself when this thing releases. And I think if you have the chance to, you should do the same too. But anyways, until next time, peace.